He's already had 5 games in his career of over 40 points, 1 game of 52 points.
Ball is up. The game is on. The Clippers win the tap. They'll have the ball to open up the 4th and final quarter as well. Ibaka struts down the lane but misses on the chip shot. And Naz Reid getting his 2nd start of the season. Started 11 games last year for Minnesota. Culver into Beasley, hit from behind, and 20. Close out last year. Beasley with the first of 2 knocks it down. 5 of 6 on the season, coming in an odd twist. Both of these teams are coming off being blown out on Sunday here at Staples Center. Dallas Mavericks did it to the Clippers. The Lakers did it to Minnesota. And yet both teams have a chance to go 3-1 for the 2nd consecutive season with a win tonight. You heard from Jamie about bouncing back. The Clippers, one of the best teams a year ago in bouncing back, as George drives and dishes to Kennard. And the Clippers give it away. Turnovers have been a problem for them. A nice pass from Russell to Reid, and he flushes it in.
I guess you're allowed 5 steps now as you finish a fast break, but it was an excellent pass. Big man running the floor, caught it in stride. Just took a couple extra steps, but we'll get that next time.
It's called gathering, as Luke Kennard gathers and lays it in.
Did he take 5 steps together?
Committee.
I'm sorry. I'll read it again.
I'll get you on that mailing list. Ricky Rubio, we'll talk about him a little bit later, but a return to Minnesota. Russell, the southpaw, knocks it in, and he can get it going in a hurry, that is for sure.
And you see who they have. The teams driving the ball to the basket. Be compact, push out to shooters.
Rubio was an opening night starter, came off the bench the last couple of games, and now back in the starting lineup for head coach Ryan Saunders. Makes good on the first of 2. The new official Clippers fan shop is here. Rep the team in authentic Clippers merch, including our new City Edition collection inspired by Los Angeles. Visit shop.clippers.com to start shopping. Batum. And a clear path to the rim, just a little spin, and lays it home.
Good look. Batum goes right to the post. He's got a small player on him, D'Angelo Russell. He simply took 1 bounce, turned to his right shoulder, and overpowered him.
He was a little surprised he had that lane to the rim. Rubio for 3, knocks it in. Never been a great shooter, but he has made some big ones against the...
Steadily improving each year on his field goal percentage from the outside.
Now 3 for 9 on the season. Ibaka pretends to shoot the 3, gives to Beverly in the corner, who does shoot the 3. Dueling banjos here in the first quarter. To Reid. Fakes the 3, drives around Ibaka. A bit out of control, or maybe a clever pass. Good ball movement for the Wolves. Rubio. Rhythm dribble for 3. Back-to-back trays for Ricky Rubio.
You usually don't see...
Do with and without him. And some of those 16 games the Clippers were without him also did not involve Paul George in the lineup. So a little deceiving. A whistle and a timeout after an easy bucket for Minnesota. Back to Staples. I was talking with Ty Lue earlier today, and he said they're going to use Batum like he used LeBron in Cleveland at that elbow and let him be a playmaker. And coming out of the timeout, stretch that defense out. He's as good as it could be in the league as he makes good on the first of 2.
Yeah, but he didn't come in as a stretch 4 or 5, whatever you want to call it. This guy basically came in and the coaches told him, you stay around the lane area. That's where you're going to make your money. But little by little, he worked on his game, expanded it. And there you see his 3-point attempts moving up because they got a little more confidence in it. His percentage moves up also. And now a lot of confidence when he steps out there, faces up that he's going to knock it down.
Would you like to have a fun fact right now?
I would.
Do you know no one has blocked more shots in the last decade than Serge Ibaka? That's my fun fact for you.
I'm trying to figure out who might number 2 be.
I'll give you a hint. He wore a Clippers uniform. Russell, a teardrop jumper, and it falls. And D'Angelo Russell, we mentioned it earlier, he had Ricky Rubio has a couple of 3s. The Wolves have doubled up the Clippers here in this first quarter. George will game a catch with Beverly. Beverly could look at a 3, and he gets his 2nd triple of the night.
Again, a little bit of that elbow action when Beverly went down. That time pulled, blocked.
Loose ball recovered by the Clippers. Here's Beverly in the corner to Batum for 3. Kennard competes for the rebound, but it goes the way of Minnesota. Malik Beasley. And a floater goes for him on a clever shot. Paul George had to be careful already with one foul.
Yeah, that's a problem when you pick up one of the early ones, and if they're cheap ones, it makes it worse. Then you have to play defense with caution.
Ibaka fakes the three, steps inside from 20 and knocks it in, his first field goal. He's got 4 in the game.
Ibaka feeling pretty good.
And has been in international competition since his teenage days. George finds a seam, drives the lane. Oh, reorganizes in mid-flight. Local kid out of Rancho Cucamonga, went to high school at Etiwanda. Feeds inside to Naz Reid, and he powers it in with the right hand. A couple of undrafted guys. Bookends, I would use a ladder, so it wouldn't be a big deal. Here's Batum in the corner for 3. Plus, I'm a really good fouler. Beverly does what he does best, comes up with an offensive rebound. Lou Williams slinks his way to the foul line. He does what he does best, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line for a couple of free throws.
You've got to run it, Lou.
Well, we know Lou is ready to go. He missed all of basically one shot in the preseason. He has yet to get going so far in this young season. Now a quick word from Hyundai.
It's time the holidays got a little update with the magical technology of a brand new Hyundai. Hyundai Holidays.
Last year for Minnesota, McLaughlin walked by Ivica Zubac, who has just checked in. Now to Anthony Edwards, the #1 overall pick. Shooting was the question.
A lot of ball movement, body movement, excellent execution. Reminds me of Coach Saunders' dad when he used to coach, because those players ran his sets to perfection.
Zubac hovering above the cup and taps it in. Clippers trail by 5. Some odd games for Ivica the last couple of times out. In his last 2 games, 2 total rebounds. Culver for 3. And now he matches his total in about a minute of play from his previous 2 games. George taking matters into his own hands, rises for 3 and rips the cords and cuts the lead to 2.
You know, so
Culver gets around the defense of George, spins away from Zubac, not this time, as Zubac blocks it out of bounds. Last touch by Minnesota.
Well, we said before that Zoo has to do what Ibaka had done, and he certainly did it. He goes up there high and gets it clean, and a lot of it.
Real talk, I thought the move from Culver was pretty nice. The defense was a little bit better. Here's George. Barging down the lane. Trying to take on Ed Davis, who tears the rebound away from Ivica Zubac. Ed Davis, one of the scrappiest players in the NBA. McLaughlin back to Davis. He's not a threat to shoot out of the restricted area, but if he gets close, he can lay it in. Misses. George with a rebound. Clippers looking for their first lead tonight. Into Lou, and he lays it in. 6 points in 3 minutes for Lou Williams, and the Clippers out in front, 27-25.
A nice little move that time on offense. When a man drives the ball to the middle of the floor, if you're down low, it's nice to cross over behind him.